Alright, so we're back with part 2 of the Resident Evil speedrun. So with this, you just want to drop off anything you pretty much have, except for the key and the fertilizer. And you can save it there. I just saved it because I have a few points I stop and save at, just because if you do end up getting screwed over and killed, or say like around a corner you get bit, like something like that, say that zombie never really gets you because he usually lunges into the wall, but say he does get you, you can easily restart right there and make your time a bit better, you know, opposed from not saving at all and running the risk of not having a chance to restart, or at least be halfway. You have to literally restart from the beginning, and that's horrible. And so you just go through this room here and grab the dog whistle and the lighter. And it's pretty straightforward. It's, you just come in here, grab things. This beginning part of the mansion, takes like, I don't know, 25 minutes maybe to complete from like start to finish, the first part of the mansion. So, and right here you want to try and get him to lunge at you, but it didn't work for me that time. He's one of the zombies that just, it's a toss up if he actually lunges and you can, back up. But that time I screwed up. Well, I didn't screw up, I just got screwed over. And that's why you should have defensive items, because now I took damage and my person's running a bit slower, so you don't really want to fuck with that. So now we're just running to use the dog whistle. Like, this whole beginning part is just running from one side of the mansion to the other side, from one side to the other side, because everything that you have to do is you pick it up on the one side of the mansion, but you have to use it on the other side. It's ridiculous, but it's the way it goes. So you just use a lockpick there, and you're gonna see as I come in here, I grab health, because these dogs, you can get lucky with them, but they're iffy too. And you want to go down this area here because they're gonna jump down. So you're gonna go here and use the dog whistle. Make sure you equipped your pistol, and they're just gonna come running down there. And as soon as you see them come around the corner, just start shooting. But see, he got a hold of me because it just kind of screwed me around. He tried to jump, and then there's always another dog. So you want to have it to where, like, if the other one does lunge, he gets stuck on the other one. He almost did it there, but it still didn't work out, and I got bit. And right here, I'm actually getting pretty fucked up. Like, this is not something you want to happen during a speed run. And same thing, I kill that dog. This one starts getting me again, so that's what you want to do. You just want to try and kill them as fast as you can, but, that's worst case scenario what happens right there, because usually you can get bitten once or twice. But to get it like 3 or 4 times from each of them is pretty rough and rare. So, but it's a good thing that they give you the health right there, so you just go and pick that up. And then off you go to use that key now. And it's pretty straightforward. Now you just unequip your pistol, because you're gonna run a lot faster. Now you're gonna want to look at this. You have to examine it and reveal the key. So you just go and you have to spin it around from the back and reveal the key. And now you just go up to where the shield key. I'm horrible with remembering the names of the keys, but this guy here, you want to try and lunge him. I ended up fucking up there and hitting the run, but it ended up kind of benefiting me, at least there. He didn't grab me, because that's another one of them right there that doesn't lunge when you try and lead him into it. There's a few zombies in the game that it's a toss up if they're actually going to lunge at you, because if they do lunge at you when, like, they're not at a good range, they're going to grab you no matter what. Like, there's pretty much nothing you can do. But if you can get them to lunge a little early, then you're safe because you have more than enough time to back up, and you can just run right past them. So for right here, you just grab the real key, and then you're going to put in the fake one. And it sucks because you have to watch all this. There's no skipping these cutscenes here. It's not really a cutscene, it's just an event, I guess. So you put that in there, you gotta wait for it to come up, everything go back into place, and then you can continue on. Which kind of sucks, but whatever. It's the way it goes. And you just leave this room because you're done in this room until the second part of the mansion, when you have to come back, and that part's pretty fast too. But here you want to fucking boogie though, because if he smacks you, and like right here exactly, see, another time where, and he's one of the zombies you usually can get to lunge, but if he's back a bit more, you're safe. If he's up close, you're probably screwed, but there's always a chance you can get lucky. And you know, that's all by chance, so you never really know. So you're just gonna run here, and now we're going to talk to Richard. Well, first we're gonna grab the rocket launcher, because that's like our main weapon for whenever we're gonna use any gun, because it's one of the most powerful weapons in the game, and two, the different ammos work a lot better. Like for when you have to kill the plant, you use acid rounds, and I think it's like 2 or 3 rounds and it's done. So you're gonna use that, and especially we're gonna need it for the Crimson Head when we go down and put the death masks in. Excuse me, the death masks. Fuck. And so we're gonna need it for there. So now we're going to help Richard, and this is kind of one of the more boring parts. Like, this whole first area is pretty much boring. Like, when you're speedrunning it, you already know what's gonna happen and everything, and it's not that much, like, it's not really that interesting, because you know, you gotta be fast, you can't be grabbed, you can't really be wasting time, especially if you're trying to do it under 3 hours to unlock like the unlimited rocket launcher or whatever you're trying to do. So it's, for the most part, you're just going as fast as you can. It's kind of, you know, tedious in a way. As long as you know where everything is, it kind of sucks when you're running around everywhere and you know it's like, alright, off to one side, then to the next side, and then plus you gotta watch the cutscenes. Like, if there was no, or the door cutscenes, I guess you call them, if there wasn't those, you could probably go through this game in like absolutely no time, but you spend so much time looking at your character opening the door that it's ridiculous the time that you actually do waste on that. You probably save like a good 10 minutes of you going through doors, because like each one of these doors probably horrible. I don't know how much time, but whatever, forget the doors. And so you just run down to the save room here, grab the serum here, you put away that key, you don't need it anymore. And I switched it for a first aid spray because you do have room for you to have a healing item on you. That you will always have, as long as you follow and you have enough. You're just carrying around like one weapon, and then the items you need to use, you should have enough space to at least carry one healing item. And then if you do need that space, you can use it. But for right here, you make sure you grab that defensive item. Excuse me. But for this part now we're going to use the fertilizer on the plants here. And at this part here, you have to be fast with pretty much everything you do, because you do have some time to play around, because when you're going to get the serum for Richard, I think it's like 5 minutes, or it's a couple minutes you only have before he dies. Like, it's timed from the moment you leave that room to when you get back. And if you don't make it in that time frame, he dies. And you want to keep him alive. But for right here, see, I know you have some extra time, and I use up, I grab healing items just to heal myself, because if you can grab healing items, grab them and use them, as long as you know it's not going to take you a lot of time, and it's not going to affect your timing that much. Like right here, it was a toss-up. I easily could have just used the first aid spray, but because you never come in this room again, and your only time to pick up those those healing items is right now, I figured, fuck it, I might as well just pick them up now, mix them, eat them, and keep that other one just in case. So that's what I did, and you got plenty of time. Well, not plenty of time, but you got enough time from getting the serum to actually be able to heal yourself. They give you enough time to at least screw around, like, and this is the fastest route you take to bring him the serum. So you should be fine. If you did get grabbed or something like that, you have time to use a healing item. And then as long as you just come out the same way I did and just use the bottom floor and go up the stairs, you'll make it there. I don't know with how much time left, but he won't be dead. And that's one of the main things you want, because I think it does help you if you do keep him alive for like the snake fight. But I don't know, I usually keep him alive. I think once screwed up and didn't bring him the serum in time, and I'm not sure what happens. I know he just doesn't come in there and fight with you, but I'm not quite sure what happens. So from here, this guy is real sketchy. He's the same thing. He might lunge, might not. Chances are he's probably not going to. So you kind of want to lead him around like that, and then just go right around him, because you don't want to try and run past him in that hallway there, unless he lunges. If he lunges, you can make it past him in that hallway, but if not, he'll grab you every time, so don't even try it. And then right here, you just use a lighter. You need to use a light so you can see in that back room there. Quickly push this away, because if you didn't kill that zombie, he comes in through the door. There's going to be one right by the store. You want to try and lunge. So you can get him to lunge, you're good. But for some reason there, you got me. But that's why you have a defensive item. And then you quickly pick that up, and you try and get out of there as fast as you can. And this is the worst thing that could possibly happen. He came in. And I'm lucky that the other one didn't grab me, because that was my last defensive item. And it sucks that you have to use both, in my case anyway, that you had to use